Hi there, what's going on everybody? It's JB here with another exciting, hopefully an exciting episode of Career Mode for you from FIFA 18's Burnley Career Mode. We have to go and face our former manager, Eddie Howe, and his Bournemouth side, who he's done a magnificent job with. So we've got to make this. We've got to make the absolute long 700-mile round trip to the Vitality Stadium. It was going to be a tough test because Bournemouth are a decent side, so we couldn't discount them any lightly. They're not doing too badly in the league, so this was a tough test of our Premier League early title credentials as we went down, made the long trip to the Vitality Stadium to face our old manager Eddie Howe. Let's see how we got on. Well, here we are at the Vitality Stadium. Bournemouth in a very respectable 8th place against the Clarets, who are 10 points better off and top of the league by a whopping 5 points. And a win today could take them even further away from everybody else. But Eddie Howe will have his team well briefed and well prepared for this one. And Burnley are the top scorers, incidentally, with a whopping 24 goals at this stage of the season, compared with 19 for West Ham and Spurs. United with 18 and Palace with 17. Manchester United, that is, in 4th place. So they know the task facing them today, Bournemouth, as they take on the Claret side, who are just unstoppable at the moment. They've only lost one game all season. Here's the Bournemouth side with Begovic in goal. And back forward with Estondo, Cook, Nathan Aki and Charlie Daniels. Agaguchi, Arihata, Drew Sermon and Younes are the midfield four, with Afobe in the number 10, or number 9 rather, with Jermaine Defoe, the former who spent a long time here at the start of his career at Bournemouth, up front. Bournemouth fans looking passively on as we take a look at this Burnley side, with Tom Eaton of course in goal as always. Then it's a back forward, Trippier, Shawcross, me and Stephen Ward. Midfield 4 is Aaron Lennon, Jack Cook, Stephen Defoe and Andre Schürrle. And it's Danny Ings and who else? Chris Wood, the top scorer up front. Again, Vokes and Henrik and Grenier and Brady have to make do with places on the substitutes bench. So very wet afternoon here down on the south coast in Dorset, and the referee from Wythenshawe in Greater Manchester is Anthony Taylor. So this really is a test for both sides. It's wet, wild and windy down on the south coast as we get underway. Burnley of course in the light blue shirts, Bournemouth in the red and black stripes, the Milan colours if you like. Here's Jack Court with an early try, and he puts the shot well wide of the goal. Younes for Bournemouth to Afobe. Defoe. Jermaine, that is. Still Jermaine Defoe. Might wind the shot up. He does, but he puts it well over the top of the bar. He got it on to his right foot. Just didn't get the accuracy or the direction needed to keep the ball down or on target. Big chance there, potentially gone for Bournemouth. Cook. Ariata. Now Benik Afobe. I'll start to Shawcross this time. Danny Ings takes possession. Here's a chance for the top scorer Wood. Good try, but just wide. At the moment in these 17 minutes, he's setting the tone with these chances. There have been long range attempts, but nowhere near the target. Now Arta to Haraguchi. Arta again, good run. And the Benik Afobe, oh, he's missed the target completely when well positioned. He must have been at least 7 yards out here. Arta did him a brilliant thing, and then from around the penalty spot area, how did he miss? Afobe again, looking to put that miss behind him, and here he goes again, deflected behind for a corner. We're into the last minute of the first half. We're into 2 added minutes incidentally. It's going to be a corner here. Drew Sermon to take it, Andrew Sermon I should say. Floated it into the mixer. Afobe was jumping, and I'll come here for Haraguchi. Estondo to Aki. Now Estondo again. And knocked away by Burnley, and there goes the half-time whistle. Well, the one outstanding chance fell for Bournemouth. Benik Afobe 12 yards out, one-on-one with Heaton, out of his ground, and inexplicably side-footed wide. Apart from that, it's just been long-range shots that have gone either side of both keepers' posts. And at half-time, it's Bournemouth 0, Burnley 0. Well, we're just about 8 minutes into the second half, and still no clear-cut opportunities for either side in this second half. But Eunice is there to try to change all that. Still Eunice. Set up for the right foot, and here it is, and that's the first meaningful save that either goalkeepers had to make. And Tom Heaton, and not much to do for the first 54 minutes that we've been playing, but he was up to the challenge then. Straight at him in truth, but still, it needed saving. Eunice with the corner. The man that Heaton just denied a minute or two ago. Free header, good save by Heaton to pluck that one out of the air very well. That's better for one of the teams. Bournemouth having to go at the start of the second half. Here's Trippier now. Maybe that'll spur the Clarets on to try and go forward, and here's Trippier all the way through. He must have run about 70 yards, and he's played it in towards the far side, and hell save by Begovic. Lovely end-to-end stuff. It's an offside flag actually up against Chris Wood, so a free kick. But a couple of substitutions. Drew Sermon coming off. On comes Dan Gosling, a former Everton and Newcastle player. And for Burnley, Stephen Defoe is being withdrawn just shy of the hour mark. And Jeff Everett, formerly of Derby, will take his place. Remaining half an hour or so. 25 to go. Here's Defoe. Defoe left foot, deflected away and hooked away by Trippier, but not very far. Trippier will have a second goal, but he's run straight into Eunice. Still Eunice, good skill. He's set up for a phobia, and again Tom Heaton saves. Arthur with a shot, well taken out of the air by Tom Heaton. Good save. Well, so far we're still looking to find a goal. Defoe now, still Jermaine Defoe. Benica Phobia, oh, the chance had just gone for him. Eunice with a shot deflected out. I don't think it's going to go in for either side at the moment. Grenier now coming on as Francis takes the place of Cook. Burnley themselves are about to make a substitution. Araguchi's preparing to take the corner. Aaron Lennon is going to come off, and Grenier is going to play on the right hand side of midfield here for Burnley. So Araguchi with the corner as we now go into the closing stages. The last 10 minutes of the second half headed away. As far as Eunice in towards Francis. Gosling's in there, Fobi's in there. There was a player down, and then the shot over the top. And still no way past any of these goalkeepers today. Josh King about to come on for Jermaine Defoe. And Burnley about to make their final substitution. And that'll be Andre Scherer to be replaced by Robbie Brady. So Brady will spend the next 8 minutes for stoppage time running down the left hand flank. Josh King into stoppage time at the end of the game, and there's a Phobia with a shot. Just sums up the unfortunate nature of this game. Either side have really not managed to penetrate the other. You've got to give both defences a lot of credit. The goalkeeper Tom Heaton's had to make some good saves in the second half, but really it's been a really dull affair as the referee brings everybody really out of their misery and blows for time. It was a poor game of football, if I'm being truthful, honest. And well, both Boric and Heaton will be pleased with clean sheets. Burnley will stay top with at least with a point, but their lead could be severely cut down thanks to this draw. That's 700-mile world trip to get a point, but no goals to see. Doesn't seem worth it for the Burnley fans, but it's a point on the board and it keeps us top of the league. Full time here in a disappointing game. It's finished Bournemouth 0, Burnley 0. Well, that was the best bits. It was probably about 6.5 to 7 minutes of edits really, because it was just an awful match, unfortunately. Both teams were shooting from long range. There were two outstanding chances admittedly to the opposition against us. Well, we battled for a point and we maintain a 5-point lead, so it hasn't been cut severely. In fact, it hasn't been cut at all. It's still the same gap as it was before, although Spurs have still to play their match, but I'm sure they'll surely win their game in hand and put the pressure on us at the top of the league. But next it's back to the South Coast again. My goodness, we're making more trips to the South Coast than anybody else at the moment. Another 700-mile round trip again back to St Mary's, where we were a couple of weeks ago. This time for a Carabao Cup quarter-final match. Can we get the out of Southampton for the second time in 2 weeks? Well, we'll have to see in this episode to find out. Next episode to find out. Sorry we couldn't bring you goals, but for me, JB, it's goodbye.